A ferry built for 90 people, at least 119 on board, 46 dead and counting. This is the full story of the Zimbabwe Ferry disaster and how it just kept getting worse. This is Lake Kariba, the largest man-made lake in the world, sitting on the border between Zimbabwe and Zambia. For rural communities here, ferries aren't a luxury, they're survival. The alternative is a 780-mile overland trip. So when the Mbuya Nehanda left Kariba town on Tuesday for its usual 5-hour crossing, it was packed. A local MP posted video of people on shore waving the ferry off, some of them visibly worried. You can hear locals in the footage saying the water looked too rough, asking if the ferry would even make it. The boat's official capacity was 90. Officials could only confirm 114 adult passengers and 5 crew through ticket sales. And that doesn't count children who don't need tickets to board. Near Long Island, strong winds hit the lake. The ferry began taking on water. A survivor later told state broadcaster ZBC that passengers begged the operator to call the captain and turn back. His response, "You're not in a position to tell him what to do." Minutes later, the ferry capsized. Speedboats and a helicopter rushed to the scene. 77 people were pulled from the water and taken to a small island to wait for transport back to shore. An underwater search and rescue team was deployed to search for the missing. Some survivors say they stayed alive by climbing onto the capsized hull and holding on until help arrived. The initial numbers were grim, 15 dead, 27 missing. But officials warned from the start that the real numbers could be far higher, because nobody could say for certain how many children were on board, uncounted and unticketed. They were right. Within 24 hours, the death toll jumped to 44. State media reported children were among the dead. By the next day, it had risen again to 46, as recovery crews kept pulling bodies from Lake Kariba. President Emerson Mnangagwa declared a state of disaster, ordering every government agency to mobilize resources for victims. In a statement, he admitted the tragedy exposed serious deficiencies in our maritime capabilities and vowed that Zimbabwe's places of recreation shouldn't become death traps to the innocent. A specialized aquatic rescue unit was airlifted in. 2 funeral homes were brought on to help identify and collect the dead. Days later, mourners gathered in the lakeside town to bury the dead. Families wept over caskets. For many, this wasn't just a tragedy. It was personal. Entire households lost multiple members in a single afternoon. And now, the anger is setting in. Critics are asking hard questions. Why was an aging, overloaded ferry still in operation? Why did the rescue response take as long as it did? Locals say this isn't the first time concerns were raised about Kariba's ferries, just the deadliest time those concerns were ignored. As of now, 46 confirmed dead, dozens more missing, and Zimbabwe's government facing mounting pressure to overhaul maritime safety before the next disaster happens. Subscribe. This story isn't over. I'll keep tracking it as new information comes in. Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe so you don't miss the next update, and check out my other videos on this story for the deeper breakdowns.